And welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're doing a little love video on the Durango RT Tow and Go here. So it's time to show this a little bit of love. I haven't been driving this Durango too much lately here, but here we go. So we're doing a little update on this video. It's been a while, and we currently have about 53,000 miles on it. So here's the star of the show here, the SRT exhaust, as you heard earlier, and this awesome diamond black paint here, SRT rims. I kind of want to go over this video here. What's it like to drive after 53,000 miles, and how's the interior, and if I've noticed any changes since we bought it with about 20,000 miles on it. So let's hop in and go for a ride. All right, guys, so first thing I want to point out here, the Durango has 53,145 miles as I look at it, and I have to say, I do truthfully love driving this Durango here. It is so engaging to drive for a large vehicle, and it's so responsive for, you know, a large vehicle too. You can really feel all of the SRT goodies put into this RT Tow and Go trim here. So with that, we've got track mode, sport mode, tow mode, and snow mode. And this being the RT Tow and Go, you can tow up to 8,700 pounds. So this big behemoth of a vehicle can actually tow as well. Before I put this into any sort of sport or track mode, I just want to get through town here and you know, let everything warm up. So that is the cool thing about the Tow and Go here. We can go into our Uconnect 5 system, and we actually can go into our performance pages and figure out what our temperature is of everything here. So we're going to go to the gauges. You know, one thing I do have to say here, this just went in for an oil change at about, well, 50 miles ago. So we did have some issues here that the dealership couldn't or didn't fix, and this is honestly a rant for another time. The Uconnect 5, essentially, when you turn it on, it says take vehicle for service in the dealer, because of something with the Uconnect box, which is located underneath the glove compartment, the glove box. And also, I noticed that the air conditioner, or my parents noticed actually, that the air conditioner wasn't working on a road trip that they went on. So I am actually using this right now, and to tell you the honest truth, it feels like the AC is not working. I'm at 68 degrees here, and it really doesn't feel like the AC is on at all. So with that being said, that's something that we have to take to the dealership. The dealership kind of blew us off on that, and that does suck. But nonetheless, I want to talk about the driving experience and more of the ownership experience with this vehicle. So while we're still in town here, I could talk about the tires. We did have to replace the stock Pirelli P0 run flat tires with General Grabber UHPs, which I find to be very, very nice. They are soft, and they don't take as long to warm up compared to something like a General G-Max, which is on my girlfriend's AMG GLE. So I like these grabbers a lot, especially for this SUV application. I feel like it, oh gosh, it sounds so good. I feel like it matches the personality of the car. Very nice. And the nice thing about this vehicle is, if you want to put it into sport mode and stiffen up the suspension with the Bilstein shocks, you can do that. There's 3 different ways these shocks can run. And essentially, when you put it into, let's just say, sport mode, the steering gets tighter, or the steering, I should say, gets heavier, and the shocks definitely stiffen up, the Bilstein stiffen up, which is what I like. So this car, you can really do it all in terms of, if you're on a budget and you're looking for that do-it-all vehicle. You can have fun on the weekends with it. You can tow with it. You can let your wife drive it, be totally okay. But as we put it into track mode here now, and we put it in manual mode, let's listen to some of these shifts here. And the beautiful thing about this Hemi is you can run it up to red line. You can run it up to red line and leave it there. I've got somebody behind me who really wants to give her in a Toyota right now, and you just can't beat the sound of that Hemi. It's just too much fun. Oh, man. This is a big FU to cars like this Toyota behind me. And to tell you the honest truth, it's really enjoyable to drive. It's got adaptive cruise. I'm just looking at setting everything right now. You've got adaptive cruise on this, front collision warning. I mean, you've really got everything you need. Backup camera, front sensors, heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel, lane avoidance, lane sense warning. You've got ADAS 2 on here, so it's basically autonomous driving level 2, so it will steer you back into place. So really you get everything you really want. 6 seats, 3 rows, a ton of storage. You can tow a lot with this. I mean, this really is, in my opinion, this is the perfect SUV out there for just about everybody. And wintertime performance, as we went through a couple winters with this already, is second to none for a large SUV. Maybe a Grand Cherokee is a little bit better, but then you're looking at a lot more money there. So really, if you're looking at a vehicle to do it all, this is your vehicle. And people will gripe with the interior bits and everything, but at the end of the day, Dodge uses so many good color names and color schemes for this vehicle. It's like, how could you not like it? I mean, this is demonic red. If you can see it, yes, you can see the demonic red interior. You've got demonic red all over this vehicle. So that really, those touches make up for it, instead of hopping into, let's just say, a Chevy Traverse or GMC Acadia with a very bland and generic interior. Yes, there are some weird plastics on here, but I guess to most buyers, it really doesn't matter. It all comes down to price. So the sound system in here, 19-piece Harman Kardon, it's great. It's phenomenal. The seating here, yeah, the seating is, I will be the first one to tell you, the seating is not very comfortable in the Durango unless you buy the SRT. These are just the regular RT seats here, and these seats just don't have quite enough bolstering on them, either side on the seat or the seat back on the sides, that, you know, it just doesn't inspire. There's a lot of sliding around here, but overall, it's a comfortable vehicle. I almost find the second row seats and third row seats to be more comfortable than the front row seats here, so that's something that they should have fixed over the years. They're just a little too firm for my liking, but overall, these seats are good enough to be plausible for this vehicle. But again, where you're getting your money's worth out of this RT Toneco trim is the engine, is the SRT performance here. SRT exhaust, SRT cooling, SRT transmission, everything's beefed up to SRT brakes, SRT rims, tires. Everything in the RT Toneco is beefed up to be an SRT 392 vehicle. So theoretically, because you're not putting as much power down to the transmission with the engine, everything should last longer on this vehicle. All the mechanical parts should last longer. Everything is beefed up to be an SRT 392 besides the engine. Cooling, transmission cooling, everything like that. So it's really a good vehicle to drive, a good road trip vehicle, and it's fun to take it around a corner here. I have certainly enjoyed it. As we're taking a corner, I'm just going to shift a little bit here. much fun. I just banged off third gear at a not so safe speed going around the corner, but this vehicle is so steady around corners. Oh my gosh. It really inspires a lot of confidence, let's put it that way, for a 5,000 pound beast of a vehicle in track mode. So like I was saying, this vehicle, it really inspires confidence when you're driving, which is what you want when it comes to, you know, a do-everything vehicle, because of the tire size, the 295 tires, the SRT performance of the vehicle, the traction stability control, that type of stuff. You want, you essentially want that steadiness on the road, and it's great as a selling proposition for not only, let's just say, the typical husband and wife. Okay, so husband and wife, sorry, I had to listen to the exhaust there. For the wife, it's great. In the wintertime, this handles great. Around corners, it's great. Fitting people in, it's great. You feel like you have a commanding presence on the road, and you have a long hood, you know, accidents, hitting deer, stuff like that. This provides an extremely comfortable and safe ride for her. And on the weekend, let's just say you're somebody like me, and you want to, you know, take this thing out on a back road and have some fun. You can take corners pretty fast. It's very flat, and you know, you can feel safe about that. It's not necessarily like driving a boat. So let's take it one more time here. We do have the trailer attached on the back here, but let's take this one more time and accelerate from about 20 miles an hour. Tell me that isn't awesome. Oh my goodness. Oh man, this vehicle is legitimately great. I am telling you, any flaw of this vehicle will get taken away with that exhaust sound and the intake noise from the engine. Any flaw of the vehicle can be made up for engine performance, engine sound, and just the overall performance of the vehicle. Oh my gosh, that is just phenomenal. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. God, the brakes on this, the Brembos are huge. Guys, that is just too much fun. So, all right, I have to be a negative person here. We have to talk about some of the cons, or some of the issues that we've had with this vehicle. So again, when I turn the vehicle on, it says see dealer for service, Uconnect box not working, which is something that is right underneath the glove box. And the other thing we've had issues with, the AC, right now the AC is working. When I got in this car for the first time today, the AC was not working. I don't know what's going on with that, and the dealer could not replicate it when we took it to them for an oil change here, I don't know, 60, 70 miles ago. So those are really the only two issues that I've had, and yes, somebody could make the argument about the interior, but I don't care. That is made up with the performance of this vehicle. Really, over 53,000 miles, those are the only issues that we've had with the truck. So if those are the only two issues, you know, if we've had minor issues like that over the life of this vehicle, being a 2021 and 53,000 miles later, I mean, you could put that up against any vehicle out there. Hondas, Toyotas, Lexus, Ford, Cadillac. It doesn't matter. Tell me what vehicle isn't going to have those little issues. And if you buy this vehicle with a warranty, which we did, so we have the certified pre-owned warranty up to 100,000 miles on it, then really, if you buy your vehicle smart, used or new, then it really doesn't matter if you have your warranty. It really doesn't matter what problems you have with the vehicle, unless you absolutely need your vehicle every single day of your life. So for us, it made sense to buy this vehicle. And right now, just a little excerpt from towing. I've got my 1,000-pound trailer on right now and probably a 600-pound mower. I mean, you really can't even feel it. I have it in sport mode right now. I don't have it in tow mode. If we were to put it in tow mode, of course, that takes eco mode off, and you have your lane assist here to keep you in your lane. And it really feels fine. This is a tower's masterpiece here. This is a tower's dream. I think, honestly, it almost pulls as well as my truck. And it actually does. It tows as nice as my truck does. The chassis does not wiggle from side to side or back and forth. And I'm really, really impressed with that. The only thing the truck beats this with is just the total towing capacity. But this I would take on a road trip towing 8,000 pounds any day. So here we go. We're taking another corner again. And with this trailer on, this vehicle is more than steady in comfort mode, more than flat in comfort mode, keeping its own with this trailer on. So with that being said, guys, let's take a look at the exterior of the vehicle and see how that has fared. So taking a look at the outside here, the vehicle is a little dirty, but the one negative thing here about these big tires is that they do cause quite a bit of paint scratching and denting because they are just so big and they overfill the wheel well. So everything along here is essentially scratched, and I did do a paint correction on this vehicle after we bought it, and I tried to get rid of a lot of this, but it just didn't want to get rid of it. But otherwise here, everything else has held up very well. The paint is excellent, and you know, it really, for being a Dodge, this quality of this paint is really second to none. So it really is a fine looking vehicle here. And there is a little bit right there. You just got to watch out if you run into a concrete barrier that will rip that little plastic piece off. It looks flimsier than it looks harder than what it is, but it's actually pretty flimsy. But overall, the Hemi's held up very well. Of course, you've got everything here is active. You've got heat extractors. You've got a little air vent there and heat extractors. The brakes are, of course, slotted, and they look pretty good. Car's held up very well, over 53,000 miles. Lights work. Everything is still intact. So very good.